We're so back. We're starting with a water break. We're starting. He's like, yeah, we're trying to get you. Oh.
What happened? No. You get it. You get you. No. On the same thing.
You have to forget the former thing in order for me to continue this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
No.
Yeah.
No, I just bonked. I just bonked my head. Like, no, like, I was trying to be hilarious.
No.
Obviously, with the amount of laughter I had to like purge the experience through like lightening the frequency because it was that hard. I was like trying to do a bit. I was trying to do a bit. Like I was trying to be like. Yeah, I was trying to be like. Yeah, I was trying to like drive my Tonka like type of thing. So. Pisces full moon. Living, laughing, living, drinking water. I'm so busted up. It's time to go. Literally, temperance in the chariot. It's the time, divine timing, temperance, to go with the chariot. Okay. Are you with me? Pisces full moon was like, are you prepared? This is the end? Are you good? The end of that. Yeah, it was a cycle. It was an era. T Swift Eras tour on them. Right? Pisces full moon 901s, right? Look how far we've come through the right? We can't say that the universe didn't have moments along the path where you were incentivized to keep going. This is like, we're starting it off by like, we have to be in gratitude because we were given things to like keep going, to, the promise of the future. Page of Cups, Keep going, Stevie. Keep going, Stevie. That's like funny. If you ever hear me and Dennis say, keep going, Stevie, we're referencing this time. There's this venue called Love City Love in Cap Hill in Seattle. Shout out Love City Love. Shout out my guys. One of my college best friends, Steven, I guess we were just faded. Yeah, I guess, like, definitely what was happening. But DJ was playing some. Let me give you a visual of Steven. It's gonna be your, like, classic. Like, who does he look like?
Like it.
Damn, I got a visual. I'm trying to think who you're gonna see.
It's like a classic.
He's unique, though.
True. Very true.
Pretty sure Steven was Oakland. But he was unique. Like, he had an internal sense of, like, I'm not like others.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
Like, I'm not like everyone that's around right now, actually. Anyway, so Stevie's great. Let's just put it at that. But one thing about me at the club with my besties, I'm gonna turn into your standard middle school football coach. Okay? So I'm gonna be chanting and cheering you on. Whether that's supporting you in ingesting some sort of substance, moving your body, generally like existing in the space, like there's gonna be support from me. And perhaps even a little bit of gentle encouragement to go harder. So Stevie is in that predicament himself. Don't let me be around. I know he hates to see me coming. But he's like at Love City Love, and I don't know what the fuck he was doing. What was he fucking doing, bro? Damn, I gotta log into the old snap, because like, we don't...
It was like a...
Damn, I can't remember what he was doing, but he did something, and he just kept doing it. And you know when you have a friend who's like doing something, they keep doing it, and you're like, wait, you might be onto something. All of a sudden, just like screaming, like, keep going, Stevie! Keep going! Anyway, so you really had to be there, but if you ever hear us say, like, keep going, Stevie, it's because in that moment, it was like something me and him were so locked in. Like, it was like he was going because I was like, please keep going, giving that, and it was an energetic exchange on the dance floor. You had to be there. So, some more lore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I put the lore in Taylor. You know what I mean? I like this Taylor. Yeah, because there's a lot of lore. So, let's keep it going. So yeah, being incentivized to get through all that. You know what I mean? The promise of the new world, to me, is like where we're starting Pisces Full Moon, you know? It's like, well, you're here now. Your name's on the list. You're good to go inside. What's the problem?
Right.
I said it myself yesterday, and I really have to think about the Pisces parts of me that are like, bitch, I have a 12th house moon, you know, I'm such a daddy's girl. Dad's a Pisces moon, obviously, I have a 12th house moon, like, obviously, that through line is there. But, yeah, I feel like the Pisces parts of me were like, anyone who's saying it's like the end, just wasn't invited. They don't know what's next because they didn't get invited. You see, JBL had a word. JBL said, we're going to settle outside of court, actually. You're not invited. That's why people, like, never, like, had, like, an internal motivation. But you could see along the way, like, the people who had the same internal motivation to get to the same place in themselves as you kind of, like, helps you know, like, we're going to the same place, probably. Whatever place that is. But a lot of people live in fear of things or have to tell themselves, like, certain things or certain ways because they know they'll never, like, live that out. Like, your perception or, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so many people, like, want me to think so, like, whatever about, like, I mean, I feel like I hurt a lot of feelings by going to school 3,000 miles away from home. And I feel like, for me, though, like, a lot of people would rather just, like, spread the propaganda about, like, whatever, because of the ways in which, like, it's outside of their, like, reality. You know, and one thing about me and Dennis is, like, we've just, like, broken through the firmament in that way. Like, it's like we've seen a lot of grids. We've lived on a lot of timelines. It could be a lot of different ways. Right. And, like, like, even the God that many people pray to, like, it's so insulting and embarrassing because most people's perception of God is just, like, abhorrently, like, too small. Like, in practice, they really think God is, like, such a little thing, and it's not. Like, I don't think people really can even picture, like, 20 people in a fucking room, let alone, like, 8 billion people on the planet. And, like, how many niche, I mean, everyone's just as big and universally, like, creating a life as much as you are. So it's like, there's 8 billion of those. And you're not. And you're still thinking, like, the narcissist paradigm. Do you see how these people just got left? Do you see how just, like, collapsed? Do you see, like, it's like, there's no, I mean, there's just more to life. Like, there's just, like, more. It doesn't act, it will never end. Like, I don't ever have to talk about myself, like, what's your plan B? I'm just like, well, I'm just living one life. Like, I'm just, nothing is going to end for me in that regard. So it's like, I think that's the biggest thing, you know, is like really staying in alignment in that way. Anyways, let me see. Whoa. Another big part of it is like, perhaps this is like the perseverance chapter, you know, that you just gotta, you know, you gotta be incentivized to keep going by something. But it's also, but this is like where people come to the awareness of like who and what, like the star Empress frequency is like who and what was always that, like always cultivating, like, you know what I mean? This is where pretty much indiscriminately anyone and everyone who's thinking too small about anything conceptually is being brought to the bigger picture. It's like, I mean, there's just not a fear, you know, and you're also not going to take like, just like, it's not even that some people think they're giving lies. Some people don't know that their consciousness has them saying things that are actually untrue because they're in a limited consciousness. But for them, it's completely true. Like for you, yes, from like your context, that is absolutely true. But in the regular, just if we're talking collective context, like some of the stuff isn't actually like true.
Yeah.
You know, and because there's just so much that disproves that. There's so many people on this planet that don't live the same way, and they still live into long life. Like you have to be able to hold in 2025 that like, okay, you could be deeply embedded in like a religious structure, right, for yourself, and in that religion could tell you there's one way to live, right? But you do have to also in this age, Aquarius is like you have to be able to like hold that like, but there, even if you disagree with something, like your disagreement of the thing still can't disprove that like it doesn't end for other people when yours says it ends. It's like it's just bringing you back to the choice of it all, like your participation in it all. Like that's really all life really is. It's just like what you choose for you, but you do also have intellect comes from knowing that there is a body of life that could be going completely separate from you, that you could know nothing about, that you could always implore more about.
True.
And so when there are people who do that in their life, they create this aspect of life called intellect, like the body of knowledge that you actually like work with for whatever the reason. So I just feel like that's like super Pisces woman. Like it's like you need to be able to realize like it's like more, like there's more is out there. Like there's just like a lot more. So sometimes too, I think people are also getting the gentle awareness where it's like maybe you were always really putting such a like, but you have to remember like, do you know what I've seen and lived out? You know what I mean? In life, maybe perhaps that's why I'm not so stressed. And there are a lot of chapters in my life where I'm not even like anything. Like I'm really just letting people know most people haven't been through most of the experiences I've been through like in my life. Like even like I'm really referencing like the more like standout aspects of my life. It's like yeah, you weren't there though. Like most people like wouldn't know why I'm so like confident about like going on a US tour like for 48 weeks. Yeah, that might be insane for you because it's like what are you gonna do if you go to Wyoming? Like but you know I got guys, you know, so that's like that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't know the guys that I got, but you get the guys by like living a life with the guys at some point in your past. And that's the part where I'm trying to remind people is like I don't like move with the fear because like I do have different life experiences than me. Like I don't have certain irrational fears about certain things because I sought out experiences that were like really different from what that was like my whole point. It was like if I'm gonna go somewhere, give me some diversity. I know this. Let's learn some more about that. Type of thing.
Dennis, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was on some Last Man Standing. Yeah. Yeah, insane. Two Pentacles. It's a forever thing. 9 rods. It's like this person perseveres through the 9 rods, which is through battle. And the whole time they were carrying this, like you had an empire, you couldn't. It's like you got a hot potato in your hands, and like the entire business model in a binder. That if you like drop 13, either one, and the law was like mission failed. But it's like the person who gets because we're looking for what's for people because people at this point there are people who've seen so much. They've seen all types of people. They've had experiences with all types of people. And you know that after having like a large amount of like experience, like man, if it's devoid of anything that's actually like on your path, it can be like, whoa, life is bleak. You get what I mean? Because it can feel like, how do you get into alignment type of thing? And so this was a different type of process because it was really about trying to find out something more true. Because we've been through a lot of like, oh, we were heavily attracted, but like I've been heavily attracted to things that were not really like aligned. And this whole process and the fact that like the whole vision was held is actually the bigger reason why it was being proved. That's why I just don't need people putting in projections on me. I thought you already said it was paid for. It has nothing to do with whether people want to give me money for what I'm doing or not. But that in and of itself comes with a path, is what I'm saying. People keep acting like someone's sponsoring you or like you meeting someone new or like whatever. It doesn't come with like a commitment to do something. So there are times where it's just like, well, I promise you this wasn't necessarily something that everyone could see coming from a mile away. So there could be aspects of people's life that they were already committed to. Like we were already living our life, getting married and doing whatever. And then it was like Children of America tours, like kind of like gonna take you out of that. So we had to like destroy a lot of things to be able to go on this, to meet it. So I could assume that anybody that needs to be a part of it and is constructing it is also like newly having to like rearrange. And you can just be any person, you know, more is more. So if you got more to take care of, more to like settle, then you got to do that. But knowing that that's the commitment that people are working towards, and that's the commitment people are working towards, you know what I mean? Type of thing.
Right.
So, I think that's awesome. Holy shit. Recent past, dude, I'm telling you, it's like soulmate city. Like, it's like a lot of new, like, not a lot of a new batch for sure. But it would be like this with all the things that feel like newly given. It's like Ten of Cups feeling. It's like you're connecting because it's like, well, I feel like I can see the whole story, right? It's like going into things like that, and then that's actually what gives you the motivation to just be the fool with it. It's like, I know we'd have to start somewhere though. It's like I don't really think too much about it because it's like, in order to have 10 cups of me, you'd have to start with the first. You'd have to be like, hi, like, you know, this is where I'm at. You never lose for doing that too, especially if you're really coming from that place. Like, I don't really fear the semantics of like, you know, so many people are like ghosting. I'm like, dude, the media sphere doesn't really represent like relationships at all. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, for me, it's always like, let's take it off the fucking Snapchatter. Let's take it off the fucking application, you know? You know, shoot you, whatever, but this is the pitch, you know what I mean? And then it immediately, like, but it's like, this is all happening. It's like, but you just need to know, because you did this, you moved from the heart and you did shoot it, everything else just, like, let everything else go. Because it's yours. It's like, it is you. If you're moving from the heart, then you're connecting to things of your own destiny. You know? Looking extra good. I don't know what God is putting in the water. Holy shit. This is fucked up, man. Dennis, Emperor and Empress. So what's loading is this queen receiving the Emperor. And I also feel like this is a bigger, deeper message for you and me, Dennis. When I met you, like, do you understand what's happening right now in this cycle? When I met you 8 years ago, I didn't really get any of the actual benefits that come with being with you. Your situation had you so, like, stripped from your actual ancestral abundance. Like, you didn't have all the things that, like, make you a viable bachelor, which are, like, you're mad rich. You're the guy who's, like, come to, like, reinvent music. You run this crazy, huge label. You have more albums than anybody has ever had at 28 years old. Like, you have all this crazy shit that, like, was being held back. And I could feel that. But God was like, Alexis, if I can show you the vision of who this man will be, would you believe me and trust me and still invest in him to help him get to that place? Because he may not look it now, because you didn't even get to go to college. You didn't get to do any of those things. You didn't get to finish any of those things, right? So it's like all of that. But for me, those are like core values. Those are things that I'm like, if I was really like trying to decide like who mirrors me, I would be like, we'd be probably doing and wanting to do the same things, right? So for all the ways that there was discrepancies in that, I am having this huge moment where it's like, I get to receive back what I did. Like, I got your pure love the last 8 years, which is at the root of like what I really get from you, no matter what, which is the beautiful lesson that we displayed on film. But the real reality is like, I haven't even gotten to enjoy, because Dennis at 10,000 Alien, this is a guy who like, it's like stock exchange. It's like, you don't understand. Like he is the code. Like, he's the new code. He's the new like currency. Like, this isn't just someone who's like good at making. This isn't even just one thing with you. It's like a Chuck Bass frequency. It's like, do you know? It really should be Dolphin Boy Industries, because it's like, it's a lot more than just what the exploit is right now. That's why he went so hard with the label. Like, the label's already propped up. We can get that going for life now. He can just go to the next venture. It's gonna be so much with you. That I feel like you're gonna understand what I meant when I said like, let's not let the demonic attacks be like, call these people who do this. Like, no, because I don't think you have to taste what they took from you before you can assess like, oh, let me just like be a bigger guy for who? You're still a billionaire calling somebody's phone. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said you gotta block that girl this morning that you accidentally followed. Because it's like, even just the little notification showing up the IG alone that Dolphin Boy Records just followed you, that's like you're not in a like underground phase.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like blocking the demolish, like don't,
Right,
it's like no,
yeah.
type of thing. So I haven't even gotten to enjoy the actual reason I like married this person, which is for all the things that he came with, type shit. I haven't even gotten that. Because people are still talking to you like you're humble pie. People are still talking to you like, don't you think I'm giving your husband something? Because I'm like, it's gonna embarrass people because it's your checks alone. I don't even have to work. The funny thing that you guys don't even understand is like the person I married is like, I don't even have to work off my own value alone, but like if I really was just like talking about my partner, he's definitely the type of person where it's like whoever he got with they wouldn't have to do. We're not in that either. We're past that either. It's like survival. Getting what you want is like we've already transited wedding stuff because it's like so much.
Right.
I'm not kidding. It's in the astrology. It's like big bands. Like Aries rising style. I digress. I said, maybe you don't even worry about it. Do me a favor, pay me back this way. Help be the person who invests in my business. And you know how he did that? He starred in the feature-length documentary series that propped up Tethered Studios. Thank you, husband. He let me make a documentary about his life. It was our life, but really profiling like his evolution through this crazy chapter of his life because he had a huge story unfolding at that time. But now, when I say King and Queen of New York, this was me basically. 8 years a slave. Like, I basically, like, and that's what I mean. I married this person because I was like, he isn't even getting access to his ancestral stuff, even in his reputation. We're not just talking about he doesn't have access to money. I'm talking like people are spitting on your name. People are always gonna go up to you and think you're stupid. People are always gonna go up to you and think like you're weak and you're being tossed around. And I'm like, that is so opposite of what's going on. It's hilarious that you guys actually think that Dennis is being dominated by me. I'm like, no, it's crazy. It's like crazy. None of that's happening. None of that was ever happening. And we're at that timeline now where he's been exonerated because I remember I put on the Capricorn message this morning, the one from June that was like, Capricorn, people wanted to see you when you were disobedient from God till you went down, but now you paid your time, you did the crime, you're going back to your throne.
Wow.
Right? The BRC was them trying to be like, you're disobedient, biggest punishment ever. Okay, fine. They'll be dealt with, whatever. But you now did do the time. We're done. Like, you can go back to the timeline you should have always been on, which was you should have been well-educated, highly put in a lot of activities. You should have been completely supportive of every vision you had. You should have been completely able to use your acts. All of those things should have been happening.
Yeah.
Because you were, in fact, my mirror. Look what it says.
Oh my God. Wow, I really...
So yeah, I had to, the cycle that just ended for me under the Pisces moon is the way of, because basically I've had to be the dominant, like, caretaker in terms of, like, what are we going, in terms of context. Like, he couldn't even submit his context because they ripped it out. Like, that's the part where people, like, they hear the story and they're like, yeah, but I still agree with your parents. Girl, like, you're siding with, like, the biggest ops on the planet,
really,
bro.
like,
Orphaned
like,
frequency.
People feel like, and then so it's like...
No, it's not light. It's actually not light. It's not like, oh, just give it, no.
So
Even bad parents haven't done like the kind of stuff that like Dennis got stripped of like some crazy.
But then it's like, I'm here and it's like, I feel like it really is like just testing. It's like, I mean, it's not even testing, but it's like people either see me or they don't.
It's a polarizing frequency because you either, how do you see it?
I can never be too sure with anyone.
Yep. The near future.
Wow, I just saw dolphins open right here.
Period. Oh my God, 11:11 right now.
Yeah, like this high hat.
This message that I'm giving right now is going to address the confusion, the deception. It's going to connect us to basically what I was reading when I opened up was like Pisces Full Moon is like, there was an incentive the whole time. Like, I think people think there was no method to my madness, and I think in fact people were really excited to be like, haha, y'all have nothing. I still don't really know how else to put it other than like people being really excited that like we don't, to be like, you don't, you aren't a successful marriage.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, well, you have to look at our story if you want to know why we're in the predicaments that we're in.
Yeah,
we're where we are. Like, my shadow's completely integrated. Like, there's no possession. I'm like not hiding behind anything. I don't own a home. We own a car.
Yeah. And
we have like all our stuff is like my mom's house. Like, we can't get it. So it's like,
right. So
that's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's like really what it is. I mean, in terms of like, what are you like managing on that end? But then you see what we manage here. Yeah. You girls start talking for 24 minutes and see if you change people's lives. You won't, right? Right, okay. So that's where we're at. But it doesn't matter because this is how you deflate the confusion, because this Pisces Full Moon came to clear it all up. Yeah, this is actually exactly where we should be by this point in the cycle. This is where Dennis should be. He's talking to exactly, yeah, he's doing everything exactly right. Because, Dennis, I wanted you to channel your rage. I hear you when you're frustrated, like, I should be able to get another Bluetooth speaker, this is pissing me off, or I should be able to have more than, but I want you to connect with your story instead of projecting it outward on, like, people who are actually the only people that are, like, here with you. That's a part of the reparation that you need to tell your creator, like, okay, I'm aware, I get to command back. Because this is another thing they took, yet another thing people have taken from me. That's not ruminating. It's like you have to account for what okay, very big important thing. Virgo season. If you want to get repaid, you have to send an invoice. So when you send an invoice, right? What's on the invoice? I need this, and this. Once you send so a lot of people want to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, I need an invoice though. Like, whatever has been done to me, it's not about seeing someone fall down. If someone does something karmic to you, it's not about wanting their downfall. Ask for your elevation. Because they probably took some sort of stability away from you in some way via their unprecedented behavior. So it's like important to be like, okay, great, that just happened, fine, I accept that, but now I can get what I need for it. And that's the area you're in. It's not about anybody else actually, but you. At some point, when am I going to get a year for me? When am I going to get a year to recover the stuff that you were taking? Because you did take things away from me. So I need to give myself some time to get the stuff back that I need. And it can't be about you. Because it wasn't about you. It wasn't about me 10 years ago when I really didn't want to go do what you wanted me to go do. But nobody cared. But I just didn't want to do that. I think at the end of the day, you have to have some kind of humanity that's like, this kind of punishment is like insane. Like, it's like, you just don't have to push this red button at all.
That's absolutely true.
It's like, not necessary. So doing it is just know you're going to take the full rap for it. Nobody's going to give you like an enchilada. Like, Tibushitsky. So you're mad that he has to like take some time to like recover stuff because he's like realizing like I'm running on a deficit. I'm over giving to people that I don't even necessarily feel like I've processed my feelings for that I don't even like because of how you do me. You know, but yet I'm still like trying to keep up a rapport. Let me pause. Let me just get myself clear on like what's going on here.
Especially when this is what you do. Like if
this is what you do. Like, think about it. You make me wanna leave the one I'm with. Start a new. Baby, that was you. You were like, Mom and Dad, you make me wanna leave the one I'm with, which is y'all. Start a new relationship. This is what you do. I don't even know if I'm saying this like but that's literally what it was on. It was like. He really meant that as in like because you're pulling me in. But that's what I'm saying. Some of y'all's behavior is so crazy, you're just going to pull someone right into the hands of another. But in the end, it ends with the star. It's like, it's just beautiful forgiveness. It's just like, in the end, I'm so happy because I'm like, yeah, recovered. We're good. We're good. It's like all systems are a go. Pisces Full Moon message. Surprises? My life got turned upside down type shit. You know? Surprises. Baby. God, this is so much fucking money. Someone is about to tell the truth with the fucking reparation. And it's going to flip like life upside down. Because it stems from you discerning correctly that this was always happening. Someone was getting a foundation together so that they could deliver to you and it could be received as like one stop. Like this Ace of Pentacles starts the new beginning. Like I want to have a new beginning with you, but I wanted to have a new beginning with like an investment that funds the new beginning, and it just puts you as like, because I was real. I didn't switch up. People know my heart. I leave it on the stake bleeding. Like I left my shit crucified. Like. I don't get immediate responses from anything, ever, never. Why do I get an immediate response from? But I'm gonna move from my heart. So like, when I called my grandmother, because it really happened, my dad really out of no, like the divine came into his mind, and he said, "Where will I?" It was like some Mary Jane on Scooby Doo. Like, where will I? It's like, what the fuck? Like, did you just say we're related? Like, I won't ever forget those moments. you know, like that's real magic that happened in my life, you know, where like thank God I said the truth of it, even though everybody was gonna like, even if it seemed deceptive, even if it seemed like I'm gonna steal from myself by being vulnerable in this way, like I'm not, because it was the truth. Like, and then when it's like this person had all this they were doing, this much physical stability, this is like physically really showing up. It's backed up by the unseen devotion. It's just playing your part is really what I have to say. But it's like a communicated truth from the truest ones. And you just don't have to fear this, right? This is what we were healing. This is definitely like my mother wound, you know, my mother's wounding, like the wounding she received, because she's like so well timed. Like everything about her life was supposed to be on the right time.
Yeah.
Right? Fearing that you're supposed to actually be like abundant and taken care of and like success, like, you know, commanding your own thing.
Yeah.
Like really being a director is me honoring my mother's like whole shit scheme. You know, making sure that I keep my artist identity was always about that, because I just feel like my mom should have had like everything. I feel like sometimes she only lets herself have like certain things. It's not even just about her allowance of that. It's like society, life only lets black women, like, you can be like smart, or you could have the kids, or you could have a husband that loves you but does do this. It's like we were always like really supposed to just like never been able to, and that's something I really had to break through for me. Like as a young jit, like when I was growing up, it was like in order to face that fear, it was like, can you have it all? Because that's what Nora O'Donnell told me. This white lady was like, no, like don't believe that you can't. Cause she's like, I got kids and a whole family, and yeah, I do spend more time at work than I do with my family. It's the reality of things, but it doesn't mean that I don't possess all of it at the same time.
Right.
So just be fluid with it, and it's a journal. But I don't think I think it was like what we did was powerful for women, because we were saying that in 2015. You know, we were like, girls, like straight up, like you don't have to just be like, I'm 21, it's time for me to fucking marry a pop star and like have some babies real quick. It's like you don't have to like. It doesn't even have to be like. I just mean situationally, like you like can really like do a lot more. And I think even the way we go into certain roles is the problem. But I also think, to me, it's got to be more than just like, oh, like building a family and having kids. Like, I think the real question is like taking back the whole autonomy, because we just met somebody under the Pisces movement, Marie's brother's wife, who was like, she was just like, please have fun doing all the things we can't do. Like, she didn't even care to lie. She was like
a mother with a family and kids, and she was telling us, telling her about what we do. She's like, that sounds amazing. Do it all before you like to have kids and do this. Like,
right.
Yeah, it was like, where kids. I mean,
oh my God, healing era then.
Just like.
But yeah, and
like,
it was like the honest truth, because it's like these are all the things that you can do. So I really want to elevate the conversation where it's like doing it all. But I also think just like I also want to talk about womanhood that isn't a service to like your life is as a service. Like I'm not, it's not needed. My future seed are not needed in the world. Like I don't like, there's no external person's like, you got to bring these kids into this planet. You will always feel the purpose when you have children. Absolutely. Of like, I can see why it's a good thing that these children are here on this planet, because it's like life being brought here. But there isn't anything that says like, Alexis, you need to bring life here. You know, because many people don't understand that there are certain roles that do ask for like a superhuman level of commitment. You know, where I do want to still say though, like, you can have it all, but I think there's a lot of things that people don't really want to have. I think they do have because they've been told it's a measure of success. Like being a parent at some point for a woman in her 20s, early 30s is like, that's good. That's how you know you're on time, type of thing. And I want to have just like a little bit more of an elevated conversation where it's like we can remove the ascribing of the value for that, because it's not going to be general. It's not going to just be like the truth for everybody that that's the case. But this is so wonderful. I feel like this, dude, I just saw what this for like reverse is like. The Pisces Full Moon is like when Yeet was like flying into the Pisces fucking full moon. I feel like that was what he was doing.
Yeah. Wow.
In the come and go video.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
This is the video. It's like,
Wow.
type of shit. Let me get some water. sometimes the answer is like reparations heal things. It's true. Let's clear that down. Ace of Cups from an Emperor? That's what I'm saying. But this is external to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is like something, if I did this on behalf of God, like I helped raise up an emperor for God that was in danger. Like, God had to call me in as like a divine temperance angel. Like, please, like, you see what I'm saying? This is what was asked to me 8 years ago. It was like, can you give what you do have a value and your time and patience and just trust in a cycle that this person will finally show up, really reflect, be able to reflect, because there's systemic stuff or just like evil that could attack things. It's like,
I feel like I just reflecting on how like
sure, yeah.
you and like you and your family always made me feel that way. It's like whatever I needed to like be that like or to like
Yeah, we were always like, Dennis, you're
like,
boss.
yeah, and like everyone's gonna like rally to make sure I'm doing it. It's just like really, I was really grateful. I'm still really grateful. That's like.
Yeah, that'll never turn off because it's like their genuine like response to you type of thing. Yeah, this is being handed to the person who really helped, because I don't even think about my narrative to other people. Like, they're 1124. It's kind of it's what my mom gave me, because my mom is like true Sagittarian gold. She is going to turn you into your best self. Like, if you spend time with her, she just has that temperance angel energy. And I feel like what she gave to me, it's like, I feel like I don't realize how like a lot of men are like, man, if I had an Alexis in my life that really was like down to advocate for me and was intelligent enough to understand the intersections of like why maybe I'm in a certain situation, so that I don't like just completely go depressed in the patriarchy and suffer and just do nothing but like destroy my body or like lose my little connection to my little inner boy and like suffer, like, which is the truth for so many men. And I feel like so many people, like, I don't ever think about men having that perspective of like, you like thinking about like, dude, she like, look at where Dennis is at. Like, he looks way recovered. Like, he looks like, obviously you can see whatever his full purpose was, but you can also tell like he wasn't there previously. So like that recovery, like somebody has to like help you with. And so when they look into your story and find out like what was going on and how you got to where you are now, they're like, holy shit, he built it. Because that's what I'm saying. It's like your success does say what I contributed. It's like he has 60 albums. Like, oh shit, like, right? Like, oh shit. Oh, he runs a tape like, oh shit, like, oh shit, like, okay, like, okay, oh okay. Oh, it's all him. Oh, okay. He's got like 1 million art projects. Oh, okay, like, what? Okay. So like people are finding that out, and then it's like, oh shit. And then he was like, wait, what? Like 10 years ago, I was like, wrongfully sent to her. Be like, what? Like, type thing. And I just, you know,
Yeah.
this cup also like is like, yeah, you're on some Hierophant shit, but it's like, I don't care. I don't compete with people. I'm like, I already baby, there's no competition, because the thing that I came in first place for was being the bitch that was like there for my husband. Like, that's the only, like, I don't care. That's like my thing. Like, I'm really like, whatever the reputation is the person who like helped bring the artist to safety and flourishing, and my husband. Yeah, that's what I am. Y'all can be what y'all are, your prophets, whatever you want to be. That's what I'm getting. Because right now, if I'm looking at like what I'm getting, like payback, where it's like, people are so glad you helped me, because it was a service to the world. I was like, whatever this kid wants to create is going to be a service to the world, because that's what God said on your life, like mathematically, like birth chart wise. So I was just like, well, I don't even really feel like it's like a test, but it's not a test, because it's like not really a choice here. It's like, do your part at least, Alexis. And I think it was just about God asking me to do my part and see how much that shook. And I feel like that's always it with me. Like, sometimes God's like, Alexis, just, you don't know how this is going to end, or you can't control things, but like, I need you to make sure that you're conscious and clear and do like your part and tell the truth. And so then I'll do it. And then I find out why it was so, and then I end up getting a lot of shit, because I'm like someone who like steps forward in a lot of places where people's fear like doesn't even let them step forward. Like, you know, some people say like, oh, I can't make a change, I can't control it, I can't fix the whole problem, so they won't try. And then they don't even do, and then they lose out on all the ways that like their efforts do actually make a difference. You know, because they're like, well, I can't do the whole thing. It's like, can you do something? A lot of you girls can. Holy cow. this is what I tried to tell people. I was like, no, I know this is my soulmate, and yeah, there maybe wasn't evidence for people for 8 years, and I see all the people who got impatient. Whether they've known you for a month and a half or they've known you for 8 years, I see the people that are like already making the conclusion. This person can't really be that successful though because I'm still doing so much for my child when he should be doing it. And I was like, no, this is actually a legend. This legend was sent into child abuse and slavery. So I'm trying to make sure that he gets exonerated from that and gets also just like what he needs to recover from that. But then when you see the legendario, which I've also supported and nurtured him to be able to do, you know, now he's getting drunk off the lip type of thing. Now he's like, he goes crazy with my energy. Now that he knows that's like what helps heal him, he's like, oh, that's why this shit's dedicated to the. Anyways, but I was telling people, Dennis is more of a Knight of Pentacles type of freak. He's always on the way, you know? But I think people just don't feel that way because they're like, no. I'm like, no, happiness loading. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm like, no, this is definitely my soulmate. Like, it's definitely like, it's gonna be definitely worth it for me.
Yeah, well.
Only thing he's got to do is like fall in love, be brave, go towards it, and leave all the shit behind. Forget the former things. Do you see? And it takes a nurturing queen who wants to be like, no, what you need in this, you don't need to fucking go. You don't even have to recover anything in terms of like go back for some degree. No. All you need to do is cut some people off. That's what you need to do. Because you already had the blueprint. There's already a way that it's supposed to go for Dennis, you know, as it is for all of us, you know, but there's already a way it's supposed to go. So really all you need to do is like let go of whatever is not letting it go the way it needs to go. See? But you want to know the real love story that I'm like finishing off here? It's like a love story, I'm gonna let you know. Is because Dennis came up to me and he was a Page of Cups. And at that moment I knew. I was like, the fact that you came up to me when you did, even if you're just a page, like, I could see the whole vision of the union. I was like, I'm gonna love, because everyone has an emperor or empress timeline. Like, you could think of, like, me as an empress in the future. He did the same for me, right? He's like, you could think of me of, like, how I'm gonna, well, because, like, when he met me, he's like, holy shit, this girl's, like, the coolest girl I've ever met. She knows everybody. She's, like, literally basically, like, famous without even having to be famous. She's basically, like, in the coolest school. I've never even heard of a cool college, but she somehow found, like, the coolest college to go to that actually is, like, lit. Like, make any bitch want to go to college type of thing. Like, there were so many things that were, like, oh, but I feel like from your perspective, you're like, think about how that ages, though. If she's already on all that right now, 2017, what does that, like, turn into type of thing? And now we're just at that point in the prophecy where it's like 8 years. Like, this is the benefit you get because we're in year 9. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have 8 years under our belt. Complete though. And by the 8th year, I feel like this was always when, if I was doing everything God asked me to do to make sure that this relationship could work, and we kept healing, and we kept staying in love, and we kept knowing, like, we're doing this for a reason, and that there will be a day that, like, we're not actually, because I think, like, we were so happy and grateful the whole route, which is good for us because it's just your own memories, but, like, to be honest with you, that was our systemic, like, recovery period. Like, the first 8 years of our relationship, we had to, like, recover. But you don't think you get dividends back for the ways that, like, you see what I'm saying? You had to recover from that. Like, someone just came and, like, you know, and it's like.
And the reason with us, it was, like, really, like, I feel like even the marriage path or, like, divine union path is, like, so, like, because of the fact that I feel like it's, like, when we, like, I feel like because of the fact that we've only even experienced what the last period has been, it's, like, it really is, like, there is, like, really a whole second life, a whole, like, new life of, like.
Oh, it's gonna be so, that's why God's just, like, it's this, it's like you really need, you're gonna be really, like, oh, but it's gonna be really healthy for us, because I think the complete contrast of, like, being finally in a healed space and, like, not in the deficit, because I feel like the things that were done to us, they're the kind of things that God couldn't let go forward until, because they can only be repaired by the, like, addressal of it. It's not like something that, like, God can just give you something else to, like, fix, because they're, like, because I need to, like, cut you off and, like, free myself from having to deal with you if it's, like, you really did, like, raise me as a child or something. You know, there are things that have to be done, you know, if that's, like, really what's going on, you know? And so I feel like that's why it's been so much for us, where it's, like, you really need to, like, massage your brain to understand that you haven't even gotten out of that hole of slavery yet, and yet you are so happy with what you're, that's why it's, like, also don't get too happy with how, like, bummy, cummy, and scummy like the circumstances are. Like, don't be too satisfied with, like, the low grade, not really like, you know, because it really is, it was designed to be top tier. And that's what I'm saying, the top tier comes in, no question. Top tier pops out. It's like, whoa. But I think that's what you have to like really like, you know, it took a lot of like getting yourself disconnected from certain things and attuning so that you can really settle into like, yeah, okay, I'm calling in this to me, and there's a reason all this comes into me now, but this is why. It's like a million things. We can see all types of partnerships all the time. We can like look at anybody like, oh, it'd be so cool if we did this, right? But the real thing that's happening now is like, oh, okay, all of this through that crucifixion, through healing, through going through the whole cycle of that. It's just going to be a completely different experience starting now. Just because I believe if we met the way we were originally intended, without like a wound being attached to how we came together, the power of what the love always has been, without any like false start, we would have been. So I just feel like we're about to slingshot to wherever the ground we should, because we covered it anyways. We just had to do it the homeless like DIY like whatever way, but like we still covered the same ground, you know.
We had to, like,
of course, because you like literally we didn't get any luxury of like technology to like get this point across. Dude, this is like crazy. Just clarifying this, you were just walking the path, but you don't know. Because we haven't seen it yet. It's like you're saying, it's like we haven't even seen it yet. Like what actually comes with it. Because you overcame it. Now the cup. And you drink from this cup. Holy. What's in the cup? Pentacles. Look, it's all of it. I told you. The thing that's in the cup that they're about to give you is all your pentacles back. Because God orchestrated this opportunity. Obviously, it is God. You're going to know it's God because it was orchestrated to make sure that this is what God is talking to us first. It's like, I'm doing this, and this is, again, the payback I told you you are already owed for being so set back on certain things. Do you see, this is having to fight when you already have. Like, I'm having to fight right now, but I'm already, like, successful. That's why I confused a lot of people, I think, too, at certain points. Maybe, actually, I don't even want to project that. That's why my perception was that I may have been confusing at points, because I was like, I know if you're meeting me now, you might be catching me in an era where it's like, you might think of me one way, but then I have to like go back and school you girls, like it's a lot. Like I'm in a cycle, I'm in an era. But it is because like I knew it was like it was an investment. You were an investment for me, truly. The first investment I feel like Tethered Studios ever really made before I was even truly coming through the Tethered Studio. Because I was gonna have to took a couple of losses, but it turned me to a man, right? Turned me to a man. Undercover Days of Fans, right? Like, you know. Like it was more so like I had to pay first to get, you know, but I had to pay light work. Like I was paying like whatever extra money I was making for my little side jobs, or like splitting my room in half with you, like, you know. So it's like I didn't have to. I mean, you know, thinking value is like what I could do as like a 20-year-old, but that little 20-year-old money. Do you see what my husband came out and did? Do you see what I'm so happy about? I'm so happy for our family because I'm like, because that little 20-year-old money that I was giving out is now flipped in reverse to like, he's like, yeah, she's the queen of my throne. I'm gonna pay for her life.
For real, like when I say my investors, bro, that I can afford this shit, bro. The only ones
Because I could afford it at 20. I could afford the DVR legacy at 20. You girls couldn't afford the catalog. I could.
Right. I'm saying like at any point, like the one person that really could, that's always been able, that's been solid on their fucking
business 101. You know, it's just really cool that the part of me that's like really into like producing talent, like, and sustaining talent's ability to like have the things they need, like, because that's basically what management comes down to, like managing your ability to do things. But I take it at a metaphysical lens where it's like sometimes people need advocacy because they've been like schmited, and then that's why they can't make decisions from a certain consciousness level that's like, oh, you don't have to buy that and sell it back to yourself, you know what I mean? You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to like it's like, that's that snip that I really offer people. But it's like a cool story because it's like, rather than it being like, oh man, like I scouted this guy, signed him to my label and whatever, and he ended up making all that so much. It's like, I'm married to this guy. It's like, seeing Dennis and being like, yo. So we're like doing that same thing where it's like, you know, because at the beginning of the day, like, that's the thing is like, I always know that it was like, I have to Dennis was the first person to teach me the value of my cosign. Like, I literally watched it in his life because there was like a blank slate when I met him, and it was like, so then I come through and I assert like, yo, like, everybody, this is Dennis, he's little shit. And based on that cosign, I saw the value of like what he got from that. And so he taught me about like what me being like, hey, like, so it taught me to value myself more because it did a lot for him. Like, just, it made me think about how valuable, like, what I had was, because I didn't really think that, like, all the curation I was doing all my life was, like, I mean, I knew it wasn't practice. I've always been a filmmaker, you can tell, like, I've always, like, documented my life, because obviously, to some degree, I know it's, like, unique. But I think, in a grounded sense, my husband, like, was the earth to, like, that grounds all these, like, ideals that I had. So it's just amazing, because this is the judgment call for coming out of, it's time for you to come out of healing, and you're a new beginning, Page of Wands, because you're ready to go. It reminds me of the Taurus New Moon message from a few years ago. Looking back, are you proud of what you've done or not? Because that's where everybody would be at right now, where it's like your reflective space. It's like, am I proud of what I was on throughout the journey? Right? Or am I always gonna just throw a twizzy tizzy? These girls. So that is all for us today. Happy Pisces New Moon, Full Moon, Eclipse. I'm so happy. I feel so amazing that you should really just say thank you to that moon for like doing so much. Like, I felt like, I don't know if you could agree with this, but I felt like I was in a car wash, like an automatic car wash, like internally. Like, I felt like my heart chakra was like in like sitting, being pulled through a conveyor belt through like a fucking rubber automatic car wash. Like, it was like deep scrubbing. So that was awesome for me. But it's gonna be a crazy week, a lot of movement, really excited, like really happy. So, oh my god, lip update. Dennis, he's a fucking, I feel like the best, we told you it was like a hickey summer, we told you. But I feel like you're on it, like, I feel like that was very like vampire. Like when I replay, like he's a vamp. But like we weren't even, that was like not what we were going for. Just kind of like, there's no reason for us to be sucking each other out, right?
Yeah.
We're insane. Okay.
It sounds dangerous.